To change the results in our physical world, first we must change the results in our internal world. And that's why in today's video, I'm going to share with you how to reprogram your subconscious mind with your own voice. First of all, let's look at the subconscious versus the conscious mind. Now, the reason we're using the subconscious mind is because that is where all of the programming is. That's the conditioning and the habits. That's where you do things automatically without even thinking about it. Think about when you wake up in the morning and you brush your teeth, you have a shower, you have your breakfast, and you go through that routine. It requires little thought because it's an unconscious pattern that you've done so many times. So when it comes to changing, we actually need to get into the subconscious mind, because if we consciously say, I'm going to change this, I'm going to do this, more often than not, it's not going to last very long. And that's why many people set goals and they never actually get to that point, and they keep slipping back into the old patterns. And it's because they haven't gone into the subconscious mind. So now we understand that, let's look a little bit deeper. So if we work on the premise that the results in your life are based on the actions that you take, and the actions that you take are based on the emotions that you feel. The emotions you feel are based on the thoughts you think, and your beliefs are basically just a series of repetitive thoughts over a period of time that you have become emotionally involved in. And it's the emotional involvement that actually gets it into the subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind has no ability to accept or reject. It will just listen and get involved with that which you repeatedly do with emotions attached to it. And you'll hear me speak about beliefs a lot, because it's one of the most important things that is going to help you make massive changes in your life. Now, your beliefs are just patterns that you've kept thinking over a period of time, and many of them are deeply rooted from childhood. Many of them have been through traumatic experiences you may have had, but these belief patterns ultimately control your life. They control what you believe is true in your life and what you believe isn't true, what you believe you can do and what you believe you can't do. So ultimately, to change the results in your life, we have to change the beliefs. Now, if you want to learn more about this, I actually have a free belief blueprint where you can go through an exercise and you can actually start using that to change your beliefs and create new results in your life. So if you want that, you can get a free copy, and I'll leave a link below this video where you can get that download. Okay, so at this point, you understand the purpose of getting into the subconscious mind, and you also understand that changing your beliefs is the key to doing all of this. So now that we know that, let's talk about the actual strategies you're going to use to do that and give you a bit more insight into the power of using your own voice. So when I say use your own voice, I'm talking about the internal voice and the external voice. So the internal voice is the negative self-talk, that mental chatter, the paradigms you have, the limitations where you talk yourself out of doing things, that annoying voice that's trying to keep you comfortable and take the path of least resistance. But ultimately, that's not going to help you grow. And then the external voice is things like conversations you have on a day-to-day basis, conversations with other people, when you're listening to things out loud, anything really that is influencing the language you use and you take into your subconscious mind on a consistent basis is going to ultimately have an impact on the results in your life. So now with this information, how can we actually use it to use our own voice to change the results in our life? Basically, there's a few ways you can do this. In a future video, I'm going to take you through an audio file of creating your own powerful audio affirmations that you can listen to every day, which is ultimately going to have a big impact in your life. So when we're talking about these affirmations, you can also do them out loud, you can speak them, you can write them down in your daily journal. But essentially, you're creating new empowering statements, belief patterns, and how you want to see yourself and how you want to feel. So it can be based on the things you want in your life in the present tense. It can also be based on the emotions that you want to feel. But essentially, you're telling your subconscious mind, this is the truth, this is how I feel. And the way you do that is you get emotionally involved in it. Now, when we talk about the audio affirmations, the reason that this is so powerful, and I want to share this with you in the future, is because when we use the different brainwave states based on different times of day, it can have a more meaningful and deeper impact to ultimately get you better results. And one of the best ways to do this is to look at the timing that you do this work from a perspective of your brainwaves. Now, we have different levels of frequency within our brain, different brainwave states. And at certain times of the day, our brainwaves operate in these different frequencies depending on what we're doing. For example, first thing in the morning, last thing at night, our brainwaves are actually going to be in a much more relaxed and suggestive state because we're just waking up and we're just getting ready for bed in these times. So when you're in that suggestive state, this is actually a great time to put information into the subconscious mind that you want to allow to pass through that door of the conscious and the subconscious. So we're really looking at doing this around the alpha and the theta brainwave states, which is going to be more relaxed. And then you go into the deeper brainwave states when you're in deep sleep. But these areas are going to be where you're going to get the most benefits from doing this. And there are actually ways that you can get into these states without going to those certain times a day or without waiting for those certain times a day. Meditation is a great way that enables you to get into those slower brainwave states, the relaxation mode. And there's actually a great product if you're interested in going deeper with your meditation and looking for some feedback. There's a product called the MUSE headband, and that enables you to actually check these different brainwave states for feedback so you can see how you're doing with your meditations. So if you're someone that's interested in the tech, you struggle with your meditation and you're looking for something that is just going to help you and assist you and give you that feedback, then it's a great product that can help you with that. And that's just a side note because I know there's a lot of people that struggle with meditation out there. So to summarize for today's video, to reprogram your subconscious mind with your own voice, it's about watching out, it's having that awareness for the internal chatter you use on a day-to-day basis. It's about re-examining the belief patterns you have, and it's about rewiring it and start to create some new ones. So create some power statements, some positive affirmations, some new belief patterns that are going to serve you. And then you want to find ways that you can put them into the subconscious mind. Now you can just do this from reading them every single day before you go to bed at night and when you wake up in the morning and even throughout the day. But essentially you're just changing that language, and over time it's going to have an impact on the way you feel. Your beliefs are going to start changing, and then ultimately that's going to lead to all of the other aspects. So your thoughts are going to change the way you feel, then your actions are going to change and the results are going to change. So it all links together. But this starts with the thought patterns and then creating those beliefs and the habits. So we do this through getting into the subconscious mind. Now, as I say, in a future video, I'm going to create an audio tutorial to go over this of how you can create your own one. Now I haven't got that at the moment, but as soon as it's done, I'll post a link below this video so that you can get access to that. So you can actually create your own powerful audio affirmations that you can listen to every day. This is something I do myself, and I've had a few people ask me about it. So I want to share that with you because I know it can really help. So that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope that you've learned something. If you have, please hit the subscribe button and share it with someone else, and I'll speak to you real soon.